Adobe Acrobat Studio, so brand new. Show me all the things PDFs can do. Do your work with ease and speed. PDF Spaces is all you need. Do hours of research in an instant with key insights from an AI assistant. Pick a template with a click. Now your prezzo looks super slick. Close that deal? Yeah, you won. Do that, doing that, did that, done. Now you can do that with Acrobat. Now you can do that with the all-new Acrobat. It's time to do your best work with the all-new Adobe Acrobat Studio.
You walk in tired and hungry, one bad dinner away from losing it. You don't like to cook. You don't want more takeout. You just want something good. That's why there's Dish by Blue Apron. Pre-made meals with at least 20 grams of protein and no artificial flavors or colors. From fridge to fork in 5 minutes or less. Keep the flavor. Ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Okay, Tom. Well, that was quite something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good fun. It reminded me of days that we've had in previous years and long lost years, I guess, where United used to go toe-to-toe with Europe's best. And it just felt really, really enjoyable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, both sides, you'd expect Barcelona to attack in Camp Nou. And given that they are, how many points ahead in La Liga? 11 or something huge like that. You'd expect them to do a lot of attacking. But United were just so devastating with the ball they had. I mean, I was looking at 17 shots.
That is crazy.
17 shots United had. I might even be wrong there because 18 shots.
Wow.
15 inside the Barcelona box.
That is crazy.
I don't know, but I'm going to guess that no other team this season has had 15 shots inside the Barcelona box at Camp Nou, not even Bayern, who won 3-0. So it's incredible how much commitment United put into attacking. And given that we expected Barca to have 60% of the ball, it just really effectively broke, especially in that second half when we managed to get Rashford in just much more often.
Again and again, really.
Yeah. We were just saying off air before we came on that, I mean, being greedy here, but both of the Barcelona goals are pretty preventable. I think can't really be happy about either of those, especially the first one. The second one's a bit of a freak.
Yeah.
Good ball into a good area. And chances for Rashford where he blazed over, and Sancho, great chance.
Yeah.
Like,
Weghorst in the first half.
Weghorst in the first half. So, God, we can keep going on, but they are big, big chances. Yeah. United have out-XG'd them by quite a distance today. But yeah, I know it's being greedy and we may regret it next week, not taking those chances, but it definitely could have been more today.
Yeah, I guess it is being greedy, but it's also like, it makes me pretty happy and pretty chuffed just to see that kind of performance. I'm a little bit gutted in the same way as most of us probably are that we didn't come away with a win, which we deserved to. But yeah, it's a 2-legged tie. And we were so good, so devastating. Rashford was just unbelievable. And we were also playing with Wout Weghorst as a 10. Like, we were playing with almost like 10 and a quarter men for most of that game. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine during the game, Dan Story, actually, you might know some of you. And we were kind of like trying to work out what kind of would have been the best team here. And it was almost like, I think Weghorst is kind of the best person out of who was available, because at times he can connect the play. Like, if we're playing Garnacho, it's going to be a bit of a risky one because at Leeds at home, for example, he kind of lost the ball almost every time he had it. He's a bit of a risk. Whereas like Weghorst, you're almost putting him in the team to hide him a little bit. Like, he's kind of a man they've got to get around. Like, he made 5 passes in the first half. He missed a very good chance, but like, at least he kind of gives a little bit of stability in that midfield, and you kind of know what you're getting. But I'm really grasping at straws. But who else do you play? You play Garnacho, maybe, who really could be a weak link and could just lose the ball every time he gets it. You play Palestri. No, not for me. You play Elanga, who's in no form at all. Like, there's no real option. You're not going to play Harry Maguire and go for a free at the back. So I think that was the best option. And then at least you get Bruno on the right, who was devastating, I thought, at times today. And he can press quickly, whereas Weghorst can't press quickly. And it was almost
he tries to press, but yeah.
Yeah, it was always playing him in that position where you get Rashford, who could be more devastating through the middle. Almost playing Weghorst there is like you're literally hiding a player. So that's why I was kind of saying we got 10 1/4 players today, and we were still by far the better team at the Nou Camp.
Yeah. I do think it's a defensive move playing Weghorst there, and again being greedy. I mean, I think if clearly I know far less about picking a football team and how to set it up than Ten Hag. If I don't need to iterate it more, so take that caveat. If I by some miracle lucked into the job, I'd have been tempted to throw Rashford through the middle, which is basically where he played, and juggle things around a bit. I think Weghorst is a defensive option more than an attacking one. He does lead the press. He does it slowly.
Yes.
He can be involved in build-up play, but he was hardly involved in build-up play. I mean, it's more theory than practice in that one. But you can understand why Ten Hag would do that. It's taking one more risky option, that's Bruno, out of the centre of the pitch and putting him into areas where it's less dangerous for him to try risky options. So again, probably, I mean, it's two compromises in order to try and minimise the amount of ball United give away and get players in the right position to defend from the front. Now, still gave the ball away 25% of the time, and some of that's Barca's press, which is okay, but it's not as aggressive as it was, say, 10 years ago. And some of it is just a recognition that without Eriksen in the side, United are more sloppy in midfield. Casemiro's obviously very efficient with it, but Fred is not. And I guess your other option would have been to play Bruno through the centre, but he almost can't help himself. He plays a high-risk ball. Doesn't matter where he is on the pitch. So having him in even deeper positions is even more risky. So it's in the end, Ten Hag's proven totally right, of course, because United have got a very good result at a place that not many teams get a good result, and have a very, very good chance of going through now.
Yeah, and it like on paper, it does seem ridiculous what he was doing, but I think in a conservative way, it was the best option, and also, but it meant it was a good option in an offensive perspective as well, because it just allowed the better players like Bruno to be closer to goal and Rashford to be closer to goal through the middle, and Rashford's been effective in that position as well. And he was just unbelievable today. That was almost like peak Marcus Rashford. Like the way he has the confidence to go past, was it Gavi? No, I think it was Rafinha for the corner for the second goal. Yeah, just he looked like he had a word with Shaw to say give me the ball, I'm just going to beat this guy here. And he was just phenomenal. Which is why it was such a shock when he blazed that one over in the second half. You just don't expect him to do that. Where did that come from? Yeah. I mean, I guess a touch of cramp maybe after that shock. He kind of I don't know if it was I'm going to hold something here to save my embarrassment, or he actually did have maybe a tweak there, but it may be just an exhausted shot after putting so much effort into the game. That's right. I think that's probably fair. Yeah, I guess we should talk about some of the goals. The first Barcelona goal, I mean, given that they had a lot of the ball and they were creating some chances, and so were United in that first half, it was not the goal you expect, was it? Just a simple floated ball into the back stick for Marcus Alonso of all people. To head in. And just really frustrating because Wan-Bissaka doesn't move at all. He just stands still, doesn't even jump. I mean, I'm foul someone, do anything. Yeah. And Fred, not the strongest, defending the back stick. So, I mean, it's just really frustrating because 1 + 1 = less than 1 in that case. I mean, it was just horrible defending.
So just really, 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 really frustrating to give away that goal. I'm sure Ten Hag was fuming at that, or he would have been if it hadn't been for United getting one back so quickly.
Yeah, and I was quite scared at that point because we'd played so well, and a lot of that good performance was kind of in the transition. And I thought, we're 1-0 down here. We're not really set up to go and take the game to Barcelona here. But for whatever reason, like Barcelona didn't change whatsoever, and we didn't really need to change either. I think we kind of played exactly with the same way we were playing, and just equalised pretty quickly. And I like I say, I was really quite fearful after that goal, especially kind of. I can't say I watch Barcelona every single week, but he's kind of with that reputation this season, not conceding a goal from open play at home all year. You just kind of, it's almost like fear by reputation, really.
Right.
And they weren't no way as good defensively as they were supposed to have been. Orejo, who's got so many plaudits this year, I thought looked pretty sloppy. Being shifted from right back initially to centre back. He wasn't great on the ball. He was okay at times. But yeah, we just showed them up. And I thought
I felt like they got exposed, that back four. And I mean, there's plenty of pace in that back four. I mean, maybe Marcos Alonso's not as quick as he once was, or as good, if he was ever that good, really. But they played such a high line. I mean, Xavi talked in midweek about how dangerous Marcus Rashford is, and then they gave him 30 yards of space to run into.
And it was easy. It was easy. Such an easy pass to play.
And I just wonder whether they thought they'd have even more of the ball in midfield than they actually did. I mean, United fouled quite effectively, I thought, at times. Spread it around a little bit. Casemiro, obviously, just completely imperious. The moment when he does, I think it's Gavi beats him twice defensively in the second half and then gives him the eyes as if to say, what was that?
Come on, mate.
Learn some new tricks, lads. Was pretty magical. He must have enjoyed that after his so many years with Real Madrid. But yeah, I was surprised at how much space Barcelona afforded United, and almost as if they weren't able to pivot to another mode of playing, despite the chances that United created in that first half, and then created even more in the second half when the game became even more open.
I think I wonder if it kind of shows like how much slower the La Liga is compared to the Premier League these days. Like, I never kind of bought the fact that Premier League was so much better than La Liga, like say 10 years ago, but now it's unquestionably better and faster and more physical. And the fact that Barcelona were trying to press us, it kind of felt United almost looked at that like, yeah, we kind of get this every single week. Like, we played Leeds, who pressed us like mad in the last couple of games, and you're not doing it as intensely, and we can kind of play around you, even with like Fred and Malacia, who weren't great on the ball. Wan-Bissaka. Fred was immense tonight, to be honest. He's obviously got loads of limitations, as we've spoken about before plenty of times, but doing what he does best in that box-to-box role, he was immense. And yeah, they tried to press us, but it didn't really work. And I agree with you. I also thought that they were going to dominate the ball more than they did. I guess Pedri going off makes the difference in that. Gavi's also out of the next week as well, which is a blow for them. And if they've got Pedri out as well, that's going to be a real miss. Yeah, good. Perfect.
More the merrier, please.
And I just expected them
ban Lewandowski as well. You know,
exactly,
all of them.
And Dembele, I guess, will probably be still out of the second leg. So I expected that midfield to dominate us, but I guess when does a midfield get dominated when it's got Casemiro in it? Like, rarely happens. So, and Fred was immense beside him, and then you got Weghorst. So what a trio.
Yeah, that's right. What a midfield. If anyone could have come up with that at the start of the season as a midfield trio away at Camp Nou. Yeah, magical. Yeah, I mean, I think you've probably got something in there in the intensity. I do think La Liga and Premier League have drifted apart. There's been a lot of complaints coming from La Liga and those associated with them about the financial disparity, which I just kind of, it doesn't make any sense to me. Yes, there's financial disparity, and And competition makes for a better product, and competition between clubs and leagues makes for a better product. But the idea that somehow La Liga deserves to be the best league because of what? And Guillaume Balaguer, I'm sorry, I'm going off on a complete tangent here, like on the CBS Champions League show yesterday, somehow claiming that there needs to be more equity, and I think suggesting basically that the Premier League should give money to La Liga. Well, they do. It's called the transfer market. We just keep giving them money. The Premier League clubs keep buying from other leagues, and that is a distribution of wealth. But it's almost like the fault of Barcelona and Real Madrid for hogging all the TV money, which means that league is not very competitive, and it's not a particularly good product as a result. So, I mean, there's been the occasion, like a couple of years in the early 2000s, I think Valencia and Deportivo La Coruña won the leagues, and Atletico Madrid, 2-3 years ago now? Can't remember exactly what year. Yeah. But basically, it's Barcelona, Real Madrid every year, trading positions, depending on who's up and who's down in whatever particular cycle, and that's not a particularly attractive product. So, anyway, and what it's a complete rant, but also these leagues have diverged significantly.
Exactly, yeah. But there was a period of through about 10 or 15 years this century where Barcelona and Real Madrid literally bought all the best players in the world whenever they wanted them. So, now you can't do that. Everyone's got to feel sorry for you. Is that the case?
I mean, Barcelona spent a huge amount of money. They've sold their family silver for the next 25 years in order to spend that huge amount of money. Anyway, I mean, just
to buy players like Jules Koundé.
Yeah, interesting one, isn't it? Anyway, so yes, I was a little surprised. I mean, it doesn't mean that United definitely throw and Barcelona can't score goals, because clearly they can, and they may look at that tonight and adjust how they play a little bit. We'll see. From what I've seen of Barcelona, they play the same way home and away all the time. I haven't seen every Barcelona game at all, so hey, if you watch more of them than I do, correct me on that one, but I would be surprised if they set up too differently. The difference will be that United will be expected to be on the front foot a little bit more, but then we'll have other players back. And Shaw will go to left back. He will provide a more attacking outlet on the left, and Martinez will come in, assuming we don't get any injuries at Leicester. Touch wood. Sabitzer will be available as well. Yeah. Anthony may even be available. Adds to the options. And so United are going to be stronger than tonight, and looks like Barcelona will be weaker. Yeah.
It's weird as well. Like that Barcelona pitch, I don't know if I speak for everyone here, but it just looks massive. It always looks massive. And then I think I do this every single time I see it. I Google the pitch dimensions, and they're exactly the same as United's. But the pitch just looks so much bigger. I don't know if it's the camera angle. I think it's because
the camera angle. It's so high up in the stands.
Yeah, and also I think like the way that Barcelona play with their really high line, it kind of just makes like that part of the pitch seem so big because they kind of just leave such a massive gap behind them all the time. It's so weird. And I guess in that respect, the game shouldn't be too much different. But like you say, I think Sabitzer coming back into the team is huge, to be honest, because if he plays, I mean, we could almost play the same team we did today and put Sabitzer in the same role as Weghorst, and that brings so much more to that team. And then obviously, like Lisandro Martinez as well is a huge one at the back. Like that is two massive improvements. Whereas, Barca are losing Gavi at least, maybe Pedri.
I mean, it's only a week away, and Pedri's looked serious enough, didn't it? Yeah, well, it'll be interesting. I think every podcast I predict that this will be the day that Ten Hag drops Weghorst and he plays him every game.
That is true.
I guess he's probably going to play. It might be 9 in a row now. Has he missed one since he came?
I don't think he has
to the club.
I don't think he has. There was that stat before Saturday's game where United was scoring something like every 45 minutes when he wasn't on the pitch, and every 300 or something when he was on it. But obviously we scored a couple towards the end last week when he was on the pitch. But just going on today's performance, I don't know why you would play him next week. Just don't. If you got Sabitzer just come in, I don't see why you would play him.
To play effectively the same role. Yeah, just better on the ball.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Sabitz is the quickest along the ground. He's not really, but I mean, I was going to say I would look quick, but I think most people in the world would look quick running next to Wout Weghorst.
Yeah. Well, funny thing is, these pros are always much better than you.
But it is true. It is true. I used to play five-a-side with Kevin Nolan, who was never known for his speed, and he was like, it was like last year, 36, 37, and he was still, pretty pacey chap.
I might have said this on the pod before, maybe it was in a WhatsApp group, but if you look at the average speed that marathon runners run and try and put that on a treadmill, see how long you can keep that up for? Because that is incredibly quick, incredibly, like 20 kilometers an hour. And I'm like, I can't keep that up for very long at all.
It's ridiculous.
And I'm quite fit. I train a lot. But anyway, so even Wout Weghorst is probably a lot quicker than us.
Yeah, that is
He just
true.
looks slow compared to the elite of the elite of the elite.
Exactly, yeah. It's very fair.
Yeah, anyway, I mean, look, it was like, aside from all the details of it all, I guess we didn't even go into all the goals. Second Barcelona goal was again frustrating because, like, how many players' legs has it gone through there? Quite a lot. Yeah.
And it's also Casemiro giving it away very needlessly. I mean, I love Casemiro. He's absolutely fantastic, but that was just very sloppy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's so infrequent that you forgive him, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But for United to come back in again. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm getting the order mixed up. That was to make it 2-2, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
But, all right, I'll make the same point. But for United to not just hang on, but have chances after that, I think says something about the quality of the performance, but also like the level-headedness of this team that we definitely wouldn't have got last season. I mean, there have definitely been times where, I mean, in the Leighton Palace, we conceded and got a bit defensive, looked tired. Been times at Arsenal as well. But for the most part, it just feels like a very calm team that knows what it's trying to do. It's not perfect, but it's trying to execute to the manager's very clear plan. I guess it comes to, like, any team selection, tactical plan, chopping and changing, whatever it is that Ten Hag does. It's going to sound like a very reductive point, but he's kind of earned our trust, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You know, we should really, like, catch ourselves sometimes. I'm talking to myself here and go, you know what? He's probably, on the balance of everything that's happened this season, got this right.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like, the Weghorst thing, for example, for today, it's just an easy one to just go, why are you playing him there? Just play Garnacho or play whatever, play Bruno inside or whatever. But if it was Ralph Rangnick doing that, making that silly kind of thing, you would be like, for goodness sake, man. But yeah, you just trust Ten Hag because he's got it not perfect all season, but he's got it right very often. And he's just got this team playing with such belief and freedom and attacking verve that you just think, okay, at half time, Weghorst makes 5 passes. He's barely in the game. He's missed a great chance. But you're still like, well, we've had a great half against Barcelona here. You can't complain about the starting lineup because you think, oh yeah, maybe you bring Garnacho. Maybe Garnacho had started from the start of the game, and who's to say that wouldn't have been, like, not catastrophic, but a different game, and Barcelona would have been more on top, and we wouldn't have had the chances. It's very difficult to criticize him or be concerned with anything that he's doing right now because most things are working. Yeah,
I mean, I guess some of the concerns for the second leg are just how often United did give the ball away. There are some reasons for that, but also 25% of the time against a slow press is probably a bit too much, I think. I mean, it's definitely a bit too much. And then they seem to, I mean, if you notice how often Lewandowski pressed when De Gea had the ball at his feet, I mean, they seem to say that was a weakness. And it is a weakness. I mean, when De Gea is under pressure, he's more likely to give the ball away. And that is a concern. It didn't really come off for them for the most part. I think, I mean, if you look at the sort of more advanced stats, average goal kick length or from goalkeepers over 40 yards and progression 18, right? So he's kicking it long and giving it away. But it's better to kick it long and give it away than kick it short and give it away.
Yeah.
If that's the plan to counter Barca's plan, then that was okay. But those two things were a concern. And then, of course, like the brilliance of some of their players, like it can make a difference. But the brilliance of some of our players can make a difference too.
I think with the goal kicks, a lot of them were aimed towards Wout Weghorst quite nicely. But the man, to say he's so tall and big, he doesn't win headers, does he? Like, he can win a header if he's on his own. But, like, if he gets a little nudge, he's so weak. And, like, I guess it's not weakness. It's more like balance, isn't it? Like, whereas Ibrahimovic...
Yeah, he got outjumped by... Was it Jules Koundé?
Yeah.
He outjumped him in the... I can't remember which player Barcelona. I was thinking to myself, how's this possible?
Yeah.
The guy's like 9 foot tall.
Well, you get like Ibrahimovic where he's got the balance and the strength that he can just hold off anyone. And, like, you touch him and he doesn't move. Like... You touch Weghorst and he's, whoa, it's like falling over. It's like on a tightrope, the lad. It's really frustrating because I thought one of the things that would be like a nice little change is that you put him in the team and he'd win all the headers, whereas Marcus Rashford's the one who actually wins all the headers in the box, like he did against Leeds. And in the 2 games, Wout Weghorst never gets on the end of them chances. Well, occasionally,
like
but
Marouane Fellaini, he just never jumped,
No.
did he? That was so big, and he just couldn't get off the ground.
He was great at chesting the ball down, a little bit like Weghorst. Weghorst can chest it nicely, but yeah, Fellaini was great at chesting and terrible at heading the ball.
A couple of other points to make. Should Marcus Rashford have had a penalty? I mean, he was definitely taken out second half. I mean, it's very marginal on whether it's on the line or not on the line, being in the box. Really tight, but it didn't look like they even looked at it at all.
No,
it didn't seem like there was a VAR check there.
It felt like a UEFA decision, like of years gone by. Like, it was just, to me, it looked like just an obvious foul that they didn't really want to give at the new camp, just because I don't know. I guess it's hard to give that when Barcelona, I think it was at 2-1 as well, and then to give the foul that he gave about 30 seconds later, which was a lot softer than that. Yeah, and obviously Ten Hag was going mad on the sideline, but it was such a clear foul on, and I guess also you're probably going to have to send him off because he's completely clean through on goal. It's a huge decision to make, whereas the other end of the pitch is a lot easier to give against the away side. It's kind of just it's not going to be a yellow card and stuff. It just felt like a very Barcelona get that home decision to me. Yeah,
Barcelona won pen, right? It's, as I used to say about Liverpool when they used to get one at the Cop End every week.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not go back into the murky depths of the 80s. And then I guess the other potential one, which I was kind of really worried when I saw it, was the ball that rolled down Fred's arm. I mean, it was just a little bit away from his body, and so I was like, if the VAR asks to check this, he's going to look at the screen and give it, because in slow-mo it really looks like it's rolled down his arm. I mean, in real time it's very close to him, and his arm is quite natural, so marginal, but I'd say lucky that VAR didn't ask to check that.
Yeah, I know, because you just don't. Also, playing European football, it just is so different. Like, the fouls are just so different. And in the first 20 minutes of the game, I was getting so frustrated because it felt like everything was a foul. Whereas, like, the Premier League, especially this season, is so different in that respect. I think it's almost gone too far, to be honest. I think like fouls aren't fouls anymore. Whereas then you go and watch European football, and it's like, how is that a foul? But it's a different game, and yeah, these kind of decisions, I guess it's the same in the Premier League. You don't know what's a penalty and what isn't a penalty, and I don't think the refs know either, to be honest.
Yeah. It's. I mean, there is a sense that Barcelona get quite a lot of those. I mean, there's something about the Camp Nou crowd, and there's obviously a lot of people. They've managed to sell out a game for once when United are in town.
I know, yeah. When you come to see United,
Camp Nou is never full except when United are there.
Yeah.
It's not quite true, but it's pretty much true.
Yeah, it is.
I've been to Camp Nou quite a few times, and I went to one where they were playing might have been Alaves. It was one of the smaller La Liga teams, and there weren't more than 15,000 people there. It was just completely, and that was a league game, not Copa del Rey or some other tournament they don't care about. A league game.
That's terrible.
Midweek. Totally empty.
Yeah, the midweek ones especially are really bad, aren't they? And ever since Messi's left, like it's just got so much worse. It'd be interesting to know. I imagine they sold out the Bayern game in the Champions League this season, but yeah, I can't imagine they've sold it out maybe 5 times this year. I'd be very surprised if they have.
Yeah. Old Trafford will definitely be sold out, though, for next week's game, for sure. I am going to be in the UK flying visit, and I was trying to work out my biggest problem, aside from tickets, you could drop a very large amount of money on them now. Mm-hmm. I'm coming with my son, so I just cannot find childcare. And yeah, anyway, whatever. So I'll be in the UK, but watching it on the telly. Some lucky people are going to be going to that one. They're going to be in for a real treat, I think. I mean, yeah. United are going to get chances, for sure. Barcelona's, I was just looking again, Barcelona's average defensive height is more than 50 yards.
Wow.
That's a hell of a lot of space.
Wow.
I mean, even if they drop that back 10 yards, that's still a lot of space.
It is. And Old Trafford's going to be absolutely, like, buzzing for that as well.
Oh, it'd be great.
It will be great.
It'd be great.
I was at the Atletico game in the Champions League last year, and the atmosphere that night was unbelievable. And that was when we were bad. Like, we're now very good. This feels like like I said at the start of the pod, it feels like a proper European adventure for United again. Like, I know it's in the Europa League and it's against Barcelona who have fallen, but I think it's just the kind of the position that United are at the moment. It feels like, it just feels like we've gone up another level and back to potentially, kind of days gone by. And I know we've had a Europa League final, but it's a bit different when you're playing against Barcelona. And the Barcelona, like I said, they've dropped down a bit, but they're still good. They're still miles away, top of La Liga, and they're
And there shouldn't be loads to fear in this competition. I mean, like getting ahead of myself here, but if United can make it through, who are the best sides left in this competition? I mean, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Still in it. They now have this extra round because they didn't have a ref completely erroneously giving a penalty away against them in the group stages.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got Juve in there, but they're not particularly great anymore.
They're not. They've got some other problems. I mean, Real Betis topped their group. Real Sociedad obviously topped our group. They weren't particularly good. German sides, Freiburg, Union Berlin. I think they drew against Ajax tonight.
Nothing to be scared of there.
So, yeah, I mean, some good sides, but a tournament that United, I mean, this could well be the final, and you go, yeah, good. I mean, we'll see. Arsenal have got other things on their mind. Mm-hmm. So we'll see whether this is a priority for them or not. But hey, what I'll say is, after City's result against Arsenal at the weekend, United are still in this title race.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
100%.
It may be an outside shot, but it's still in it. And if City are in it, United are in it, because there's only one win difference. Yeah. And the quadruple is still on.
Wow.
Let's see if we can make it last longer than Liverpool. Hey?
Wow. Yeah, well, I think... I'm not going to put his favourite. I think we've got a big outside chance of winning the league. I genuinely do, because I don't see City being as consistent as they've always been. Not with Haaland, and I think Arsenal are going to fall away, to be honest. And I know you said just now that Arsenal have got other things on their mind. I wonder whether they will have in a couple of rounds' time. Whether they will have dropped away a bit and they'll start to take this really seriously, because their title challenge has fallen away a little bit. Our problem is just depth, isn't it? And I think you look at tonight's team is that Wout Weghorst has had to play out of necessity, and you can't really bring much on off the bench. I think even Garnacho, bringing him on at that stage is a little bit risky because of what he is. He's fantastic at times, but he gives the ball away a lot, and he's not physical. You can easily get the ball off him, and I think he did that a couple of times. And it's just like, who else do you bring on? It's like you've almost like, part of me, when Weghorst is like lumbering around, you like screaming for McTominay, like, oh, McTominay would be great in this scenario because he would have been such an upgrade. That's just going to be a problem all season, really, just that depth.
Yeah, no, I think for sure, yes, and a lot of that's to do with the lack of business that United did in the winter, and the very poor business that had been done for years and years past that, which means that they don't really trust some of the players, and had to play catch up in midfield.
Yeah,
so that is what it is. It could well cost United. If we do manage to beat Barcelona next week, don't even need a win, do we? Given the result tonight, a draw will do fine.
No away goals, no away goals anymore.
Oh, they no longer count. Yeah. You're right, totally right.
It would have been a perfect result too. Years gone by,
it would have been. Yeah, it could well cost us later the depth. We'll see. Mm-hmm. The weekend is Leicester. Quick thoughts on Leicester. They really spanked Tottenham at the weekend.
Yeah, Tottenham are a very odd one, aren't they? Because they go and play very, very well against City. Then they looked absolutely terrible against Leicester with a back four, which is including the goalkeeper and then the three ahead of him who are very suspect, and then go and lose to a poor Milan team. But Leicester have just looked almost, I was going to say, awful all year. And despite that result last week, I would have just expected United to completely roll them over, and I still think we will. I think they're a bad side, despite what happened last week. They've got a few okay players, like Maddison coming back into their team is a huge lift, but there's still not much there to worry us about. And when you see Casemiro's 3-match ban come in, and you look at the fixture list, we couldn't have asked for much better, really. I know Leeds played pretty well in the 2 games against us, but Leeds twice and then Leicester is the 3 games he's going to miss. It kind of feels like we've got away with one here, and I think United should roll them over.
It's still great that does, though. I mean, for what he did versus the punishment.
100%. It just could have been so much worse if we'd have played against anyone with any ability.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know. I mean, 3 1/3 matches he'll have missed for a little tickle. Andy Carroll didn't miss any matches because he got a yellow card for something different. 2 yellow cards.
Absolutely ridiculous.
So knocking Eriksen out all season. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see if there's any players back for that. I mean, Anthony, it's been kind of touch and go. Not sure about that one. Obviously, Donny is out. big loss there. Eriksen's definitely out. It looks like Martial's hip problem is just ongoing. Mm-hmm. Like TBD on that one. Scott McTominay, I've not heard whether he's training again yet. Obviously wasn't ready for this one. So still pretty thin.
Yeah.
Still won't be too many changes. I guess Sabitzer comes back into the side for Casemiro.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe Garnacho instead of Weghorst. And but probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
This is the perfect game for Garnacho, isn't it? Like, where you'd hope so, like where there's a bit more space. United are just going to be attacking the whole game. They're not going to be pressing us too much. It feels like the perfect game. But then against Leeds, Luke Ayling kind of had him in his pocket that game when he started.
Yeah, and Martinez will be back in. I guess there's a question over whether they wrap Varane in cotton wool. They're managing him, aren't they? Mm. And to fairly good effect. You're always worried that something's going to twang at some point, and he's 6 weeks out.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're
and it feels like
being very careful around that. It
feels like maybe a good game for Maguire as well, because United will have a lot of the ball. I don't think he's the greatest on the ball in the world, but he can be progressive with it at times. And he was fine last week.
Some chat in the papers this week about the terrible hit United are going to take on the Maguire deal. Well, that was always going to be the case when you spend 80 million on Harry Maguire. But I'm sure everyone's realised that he has to move on this summer, and United will probably take about half that fee on the amortization basis. It's perfectly reasonable. It won't actually be a hit on the books. It may be in pure cash terms, but that's not how football club finances work. So I think half of the fee United pay for him is perfectly okay if they can get anyone to part with that.
Perfectly okay. I think it's doing it.
Bite Newcastle's hand off, wouldn't you?
Or anyone, yeah. And anyone comes in with 40 million, be laughing to the bank.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think there's any really update from the weekend. A lot of chat around ownership stuff. The soft deadline is today or Friday, the 17th. There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff leaking that I wouldn't actually pay any attention to until we understand who the preferred bidders actually are. But a lot of people freaking out about it, including many WhatsApp groups. People like
it is nervy times.
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. Good chatting to you, Tom.
Cool. You too.
Catch you next week.
Perfect. Cool. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
There's nothing like being in the stands cheering on your favorite team. Game Time is your hack to unlocking amazing tickets in just a few taps. Plus, their Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets at the best price. Fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. Get the best deals on sports tickets. Download the Game Time app and create an account to start searching for tickets to upcoming games and events. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Game Time.